Hello and welcome to an introduction to Airikai Pilates. We're here with Sunshine, and I want you to start out laying down prone on your mat. And we're going to take the right leg and lift it towards our chest, pointing the toe as we do so. And then take it back down and repeat that. Now as you do this, keep your shoulders rolled back on the mat. Keep the fingers pressed down, the navel pressed down, and elongating the spine as much as possible. Even though this looks like an easy motion, we should be concentrating on always staying long and having an arc in the leg as it comes up. Give me 2 more on this side. 1 and 2. Go ahead and rest that leg down and continue on your left. Bring it up for 1, 2. Have the energy resonate from the knee, taking the knee up high and then crunching the navel down as you do so. 4. Don't take the foot above your knee as you do so. Keep the foot in line with the knee, and the knee should be one of the highest points on the body. 1 more on this side. Nice. Let's go ahead and tuck both knees into the chest. Go ahead and wrap your hands around your knees and then place the hands back down on the mat. So now we're going to dip your right toe down and touch the ground just with the tip of the right toe and bring it back up and repeat. So again here, broaden your shoulders, press your elbows into the mat, your hands into the mat, and rise your chest up nice and high. One more, and repeat on the left. We take it down for 1, 2, 3. So we care more about tucking the lower pelvis as you do this, making sure to keep the stomach as small as possible, but the chest raised up off the stomach as we're going. 2 more. We have 1 and 2. Go ahead and hug your knees again. Touch your forehead to your knees. Really round out your back. And bring the forehead back down to the ground. Bring it up 1 more time. And down. Go ahead and hold onto your knees with your left hand only. And pull your knees over to the opposite side. We're going to open up our back. You're going to keep your head nice and flat on the ground. Keep that right shoulder down to the ground. And open up your lower lumbar as much as possible. Let's go ahead and switch that. Place your right hand on your knees and pull it over to the other side. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Press the left elbow and the shoulder down into the ground. And come back to center. Nice. Now we're going to take the left leg only and point it as straight as possible up to the sky. And then pull it back down. And repeat on the right side. And down. Now in doing these, I know you're not open yet, so really just let that blood flow come into your hamstrings. This is a great way to open up the body after you've gone on a run, done kettlebells, any other hard type of workout that works out your quads and your hams. Go ahead and press your shoulders down into the ground, tuck your chin down and lift your chest as we continue. One more. Great, go ahead and hug your knees again. Touch the crown of your forehead to your knees. And place the hands and legs both on the ground. Okay, now we're going to tuck the knee into the chest, the right side only. Tuck it all the way to the chest, and then stretch out as high as you can to the sky with that leg. And I want to focus on getting the back of the knee as straight as possible. if you're a runner, that's really going to be tight on the body. So in order to do this, stretch the toe high to the sky and pull the glute on that side and that hip down to the ground. Tuck that knee back into the chest and bring the knee in, and then point the toe on the ground. Let's do that on the left. Take the left knee into the chest, then stretch up towards the sky, pressing away from you with the back of your knee, taking the glutes down to the ground. Tuck that knee back into the chest and come down to the ground. Okay, we're going to do 14 more of those, and find your own rhythm and take the knee in and stretch up. Take a deep breath in, spread the palms, spread the elbows, compress the shoulders down to the ground while expanding the back, and tuck the knee into the chest and go down. Let's go a little bit faster. Knee, stretch, and back. Knee, stretch, and back. Great job. Keep on going. Don't forget to keep your glutes touching the ground the entire time. We always need to stretch in 2 directions as we do our motions. Okay, slow it down just a little bit and stretch up even higher now. Nice. Keep the navel compressed. Keep the shoulder blades on the ground. And never lose your length as you do your motions. For these last few, think of it as an arc, bringing the knee up, then arcing up to the sky, and then back down. Arc the knee up, arc the foot up, and bring it back down. The more you arc, the longer your lines become. Great, give me 2 more. Beautiful. Hug the knees into the chest. Round your body up and touch your forehead to your knees, and then come back down. Excellent. Let's go ahead and get into a 4-point stance. Great. Now while in the 4-point stance, let's point our right foot back as far as we can, and then extend it up to where the hip, the toe, and the shoulder are all even with each other. Now, it's hard to do this, and it's hard to get the alignment right, so what we always want to do is scoop that right hip underneath of us as we lift on the leg. And now touch the knee back to the ground, keeping the foot pointed as we do so. And let's lift again. Very nice. Think of a string on the inner thigh pulling up towards the sky, and then go back down to the ground. Let's have 6 more. We go up and down, and 5 and 4. Pull up on the top of your head as well. Really get the top of your head as far away as you can. Not going up towards the sky, but since we're in a lateral position, up is now making us longer, more horizontal. And 1 more. Great. And let's switch to the other leg. Now on this, make sure the timing and the energy is coming from the inner thigh. Think of pressing your inner thigh up to the sky as high as you can, but even though the inner thigh goes up, the foot does not go higher, so we actually have to pull down on our foot, up with the thigh, down with the hip, up with the neck, and expand the shoulders really wide. So again, it looks like a very basic motion, but there's a lot of energy going into this. Great, for these last 4, let's squeeze our inner thighs together and press your foot back in more of a straight line. 3 more. Have even energy spread throughout the fingertips. 2 Give us one more. Great. Go ahead and sit back into child's pose. Spread your arms out in front of you and pull the shoulder blades backwards as you do so. Okay, sit back up in a 4-point stance. Now we're going to extend that right leg out back behind us. And as we do that, we're going to keep it back there, and then as if there's a fulcrum on our hip only, make sure we scoop that right hip underneath of us and keep the head up nice and high. And then let's lift the foot up towards even with our back and bring it straight down to the ground. And give me 12 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice small stomach, high chest. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and down. Nice, let's repeat on the left side. Now again, the main problem people have on this, you want that energy to come from the inner thigh. So don't round out. Our outer muscles are the easiest muscles to use, so use your inner thigh to create that energy. And let's raise up. We have 1, 2. Also, don't go higher than your body allows. This should be an up and circular motion, and you should feel like you're getting longer, not so much like you're kicking your leg up in the air as you do this. And 6 more. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, broad back, and 6. Beautiful. Sit back into child's pose again. Beautiful. Sit back into child's pose again. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, putting all the energy into your sitting bones and relaxing your hip flexors. Let's sit back up in a 4-point stance. And now I want you to touch your left elbow and your right knee together while you're balancing on the other 2 knees. So now I want you to lift up your left elbow and touch your right knee while balancing on your other 2 points. In touching there, slowly reach out forward and reach your arm away from you as we also reach the leg away from us. Press in with the ankle of the opposite leg and that will find better balance. And now let's tuck them in again and let's repeat for 8. We have 1, 2. Give me a slight bend in the elbow of the hand that you're on. 3, 4. Get as long as you can, taking your tailbone and your head as far away from each other as you can. 3 more. 1, twisting your arm. 2, last one. And 3. Beautiful. Sit those back down. And take your time on this. I know you understand the motion, but we really need to find our balance here. So really take your time. Twist that hand to where the elbow is going to come backwards, palm facing the sky. Touch the knee in, pointing your toe, getting as long as you can in the lower lumbar and as long as you can in the head. Now extend away from yourself. And that's 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Keep on going. Make sure to touch your bicep almost to your ear as you're going forward. And the same thing happens with our legs. We keep our inner thighs almost touching as we go backwards. 3 more. 1. Really twist your body. 2. Last one. 3. Beautiful. Sit back into child's pose once again. We're about halfway through a routine now, and with these motions you want to concentrate more on the structure and how well aligned you are in them. If you really push the alignment on these, it will really work out your body and it will take you places that you didn't think you could go. Let's come back up for another set of that. And before we start on that, let me touch on a few points that we're going to go over. So again, when you twist that hand, I want to act like you're grabbing something out away from you, reaching as far away as you can with that hand. And then when you bring it back, we twist, twist, twist as if we're opening a door. So go ahead and just reach the arm out alone and reach as far as you can, but don't let the shoulder socket come out of place. And we want to reach to the point that the bicep is even with the back, and that's always going to be higher than what you think it is. And I know it's hard just to keep that arm up, so really think about that. And now twist that and twist, 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 and bring it back in. We actually don't want to have just a palm even to the sky. We actually want to twist to the point that the pinky is elevated higher than the other points. That's good alignment. When you're looking down at that elbow, it should be almost where your nose is, even with your nose. So let's try that again. Extend it back out away from you, and then slowly twist it in. Just understand the energy of that, and the elbow slowly comes in. Okay, let's try that on the other hand. We take the arm way away from us, the biceps touching the ear. Remember, it's always higher than what we thought it was. And then we twist the hand in, the pinky comes up. And let's do that one more time. We take it out away, and then we pull it in. Beautiful. Okay, so bringing the knee into that, we actually want to expand the back as we're doing this motion. And that expansion of the back and the curl of the back is actually what lifts the knee up off the ground. And then we expand in the opposite direction, but not to the point that we're actually doing a seal pose. We extend to the point that we're just straight lateral, and then extend your arm and your leg away from each other, keeping them as tight as they can to the body, not letting your elbow go wide, not letting your knee go wide. Almost feeling your thighs touching each other, keeping that arm as high as you can. And then let's repeat. Let's get 8 more of those. Let's do it. We have 1 and 2, 3, 4. The energy from the arm and the leg come from the fulcrum point closest to the core. So the bicep and the delt lift the arm, and then the inner thigh lifts the leg. 2 more. Really twist that arm in both directions. Beautiful. And relax back down. Okay, let's repeat on the other side. Okay, let's repeat on the other side. We take the arm in, touch, and then we extend. Make that energy come from the core. Really curl the body and extend the body. 6 more. Get longer, longer, longer. 5, 4, touch that elbow to your ear. 3, 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. Sit back into child's pose. Now in this style of workout, it's all about contrology. You can get your workout somewhere else, but this is all about alignment, all about balance, all about patience and timing. So really take your time on this. Watch this video over and over, and let this be ingrained into what you do. Anytime you reach the arm out, it should have that twist to it. Anytime you lift the leg backwards, it should be engaging your inner thighs as you do so. So now let's sit back up into a 4-point stance. We only have 2 more motions. We're going to take the left leg back behind us as far as we can go. We're going to take the left leg back behind us as far as we can go. Then we're going to lift it up to where it's even with the body. And now, without throwing the hip out to the side, we're going to let the leg go out at about a 45-degree angle, still keeping the knee close to the ground. And then we bring it back in. Sunshine, look at me. It's going to be out there and back, hovering in the air still. Up, hover out, and back. Keep the knee as tight to the ground as you can. Don't lift the knee up. There you go. Okay? And you're not squeezing your inner thighs. I keep saying that. You are not doing it at all. Looks like a fitness chick. Okay, so let's start from the child's pose again. Okay, so rise back up. We only have 2 more sets, and really focus on the alignment, squeezing your inner thigh, getting as long as you can. And on this one, this is a great drill to learn to know where our knees are supposed to go. You see a lot of ballet dancers turning their knees out wide, and this actually isn't very good alignment in the body. Sure, if you're doing ballet, that's great, but for normal everyday and for your clients that have patellar tendonitis or other issues, you want their knees to have beautiful alignment. So let's go ahead and lift the leg back up behind you. Squeeze your inner thigh as much as you can, and keep your heel pointed to the sky. So don't push the knee out into your body, and also don't point the knee away from you. Okay, now we're going to extend that leg as far away as we can. Usually we can get about a 45-degree angle, and try to keep it as high elevated as you can, but not twisting the knee out away from you, and then pull it back. Okay, so it's going to be elevated and out to the side. Let's get 7 more of those. We go out and back, nice and slow. I care more about alignment than I care about speed. 6 more. Keep that knee twisted inwards. It's going to be working all kinds of muscles you are not used to at all. And that's the whole point of this. We want to keep that hip sculpted down towards the ground, the shoulders expanded, still lengthening the head and the lower lumbar as we twist that leg out away from you. For some people, this is a stretch. For some, it's a workout. And for some, it just kills their brain to think of twisting our knee like this. Great, give me 2 more. Beautiful, tuck that knee into your chest. And then relax it down. Let's go on the other side. So the leg's going to go back behind you, lifting up to where you have great even energy. The head and the foot are lifted to the same point. And then let's take it out wide, keeping the knee inward, and just reminding yourself that I know you're not keeping that knee inward. So as you take it out, twist that knee as much as you can. And if you feel like you can't twist it anymore, lower your hip down even lower. Beautiful. Let's get 6 more of those. Press into the ground with the opposite ankle. Even energy through the fingertips and the palms. Slight bend in the elbows. We never want to hyperextend there. And remember, this is an arc. We stretch away from our body as much as we can while lengthening. 3 more. 1, nice and high. 2, and 3. Tuck that knee into the chest and sit back into child's pose. Beautiful. Let's sit back up. Hold on to both arms behind you and pull your shoulder blades back off of your spine, lifting your chest as high as you can. Hold on to both of your elbows and press the shoulders back away from your spine, lowering your shoulders as well away from the ears, keeping the chin tucked. And now let's press one elbow forward, one elbow away from us. And now lift on your head while we lower on the lower lumbar. We never want to lose the apple underneath our chin, but we want to sit up as high as we possibly can. And if you can, take that hand and almost try to grab onto your inner thigh over on that side. That's going to really open up your body. And what's going to help you is pulling your navel backwards and sitting up as high as you possibly can. Now let's go on the other side. It's a very simple motion, yet it'll really teach you how to rotate and twist your body around. Pull your navel inward, twist even further, keeping the chin tucked, and now place the hand on your hip, helping open up even more. Really pull on that side and keep your shoulders back off the spine. Nice, let's relax back down into child's pose. So all the motions we've done so far today, they're all very basic, yet the technique on them is quite intricate. So really focus on this technique and learn why we sculpt the body in different ways. This is beautiful alignment. This is going to open up your central nervous system in a way that realigns with how the body's designed. Okay, for our last piece, we're going to do almost the same thing, but we're going to be in this child's pose. So go ahead and interlock both of your fingers up above your head and stretch them as far away as you can. Actually turn them upside down and get as far away as you can. And that's just going to open up your wrists a lot more. And now I want you to be very conscious of your ears and your biceps. I want you to actually lift your head up off of the mat. And this is going to get a little bit difficult. If you need to take a break, you're welcome to at any time by placing the head back down. But this is going to actually strengthen your sternocleidomastoids. And these are muscles on the side of your neck. And it's going to teach you how to have beautiful alignment. With our neck being 10% of our body weight, it's really important to learn how to hold it up with proper neck strength. So now I want you to twist and have only your right hand on the mat, and your left bicep is going to be extended. Even the armpit is going to be up towards the sky, and you're going to have the head elevated, not touching either side of the arms. Twist to the point that your elbow is in the middle of both of your knees and your lower lumbar is as far away as you can possibly get it. Really reach up with the top of your head and lengthen as much as possible. Let's go ahead and twist over to the other side. To help balance yourself, you can even press down with your elbow into the ground. Press down with your lower lumbar. Lift the chest. Compress your navel back into your spine. And then let's rest our head and our arms back down into the ground. Let's repeat that 7 more times, each time twisting a little bit further. And you could even get to the point with this that you're twisting and you're looking completely up at the sky. So let's twist over on one side. The further you understand energy, take that elbow and pull all the way back over on the opposite side and twist the opposite elbow. Beautiful. And twist again. Remember, it's the top of our head that needs to be really long, keeping our face in the center of our spine the entire time. Getting a nice stretch in the hands, that's just a little bonus on this, and sitting backwards with our lower lumbar, never having your lower lumbar compressed. And come back to center. Rest your head down one more time. Understand your clients and understand yourself. You don't have to be in the perfect alignment all the time, but at least rest to the point that you can get into perfect alignment at least for 5 seconds in the motion, at least with me in the routine. So take a nice deep breath and let's push back one more time over on that right side, really having perfect alignment. The longest arms you can get, the top of the head is really nice and long. The lower lumbar is pulled far, far away from you. And now let's twist to the other side. Beautiful. Okay, now let's rest your head down on the ground. You're going to take your hands back behind you and interlock them up above you. Now you're going to pull them up as high as you can, pulling away from your body. And then bring them back in front of you again. Let's repeat that. Take them back behind you, interlock them, and we're going to stretch and give a little pump. We're going to pump up and breathe out as you pump. Go for it. We go. You're going to pump. Look at me, sunshine. Pump, pump. Okay. So the head's down, and you're going to lift your arms as much as you can, stretching the shoulder blades. And then to get a little bit more, just take a deep inhale in and give 2 small pumps, exhaling away. And bring the hands back in front of you. And again, bring it back behind, up towards the sky, stretching as far away as you can, and back down in front. 2 more times. Behind you, pump, pump, and back. Your pump should go with your breath one more time, as far up as you can go. Place your hands back by your head, and you've just completed your workout. Great job.